No air, no escape, no time. But there's always time for a fantastic movie review like this. So this quote here can suck it. Just kidding. Hey guys, it's me, the media guy here. Now this is a pretty interesting. This will be very interesting because I'm here to share my thoughts on Daylight, starring Sylvester Stallone. Now I'm not gonna lie. This is another one of those type of movies that I probably never even heard of before until now. And I guess in a nutshell, I probably should have watched some clips of this first and then watched the film. But you know what? It's probably not a big deal. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of this movie or not. I assume that you guys heard of this film before. If you saw this in theaters, owned a VHS and DVD copy of this movie, or probably saw it being aired on television at some point. Which is okay by me. Now, just in case you guys haven't heard of this movie, have no fear. Because as usual with every VHS and DVD I own, there is always a description on the back. Brace yourself for non-stop action and suspense. Sylvester Stallone races against time to lead a group of stranded commuters out of a collapsed tunnel 100 feet below the Hudson River in director Ram Sean's Daylight. Oh boy, when an explosion seals off Commodore Tunnel, the survivors are faced with toxic fumes, fires, and the impending collapse of the tunnel. Oh boy, that sounds like a crazy situation. The only hope lies in the hands of Kurt Latra, played by Sylvester Stallone, a former emergency medical service chief who is haunted by a tragic past. As the walls cave in and the tunnel fills up with water, Latara, if I'm still pronouncing that right, risks his life to save others and prevent the disaster from escalating into an even greater catastrophe. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Amy Birmingham, again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, co-stars in this thrilling adventure filled with spectacular special effects and heart-pounding intensity. Daylight will have you holding your breath from start to finish. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, the description isn't lying, because, oh man, this is one of the most insane and action-packed disaster-type movies I've ever seen since this movie, Earthquake. Good lord, there was so much mayhem and destruction in this movie. Well, anyways, the acting is spot on perfectly. There are so many fantastic special effects in this movie. There is just so much destruction, and it is cool to see our survivors trying their best to, well, survive a tunnel while they're being trapped inside it like rats. Every time Kurt Latra and the rest of the survivors tries their best to get out of there, there's always one disaster happening after another. It's like no matter how hard they try to escape the collapsed tunnel, there's always something else in store for them. And who can blame them? And it's a little sad seeing a few people die off from here and there. like one of the prisoners, the old man's wife, and I thought the old man's dog Goober was gonna go to that great dog bone in the sky. But I guess the dog somehow managed to survive that. Because the dog managed to survive all this mayhem. And not gonna lie, I really felt bad for everyone who was trapped there. I mean, you could really tell that they were really scared out of their dang minds. Like, so scared that they could die. Oh, wait. That sounded so awful. That sounded so bad. Why did I say that? I should have phrased that better. And I have a feeling someone's gotta take that out of context. Someone's gotta take that out of context to make it sound like I'm trying to be cruel. Which I'm not. But I'm so glad Sylvester and the others are still gonna try their best to survive all the disasters and try their best to get out as best as they can. Talk about survival of the fittest. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm having trouble describing this movie. And I'm sorry, it's just that, oh boy, this was a real doozy of a movie. I mean, forget all the mayhem and destruction and the movie Earthquake, the alternate ending of Little Shop of Horrors, or Mars Attacks. This one might take the cake. Because it's like I said, there are so many things happening around here. I'm not going to get into much detail of this movie since, well, I assume that none of you guys heard of this movie or was even familiar with this film. Although I have a feeling that you guys are familiar with this movie. And before I wrap this up, I will point out that I am familiar with Sylvester Stallone's career, since he's mostly famous for playing the role of Rocky Balboa, which I do have 2 out of 5 of the Rocky movies in my DVD collection, which you can obviously see right there. And I think Sylvester Stallone was also in the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And I know that he was also a guest star. He was a guest star on the Muppet Show. And yes, I know that he was also in Judge Dredd, which I should thank Nostalgia Critic, because I know that Nostalgia Critic reviewed Judge Dredd years ago, which was also starring Sylvester Stallone. I think that's one of the most action-packed movies ever. And I think I bet Sylvester Stallone gets asked about if he remembers working on the movie Daylight. Well, I'm sure he might have remembered this. I think he remembered working on this movie, but I'm pretty sure that working on so many other movies before and after this one, like the Rocky movies, I bet it must have been a long time since he worked on this movie. Which I guess that's understandable. But anyways, I highly recommend Sylvester Stallone in Daylight. It is one of the most interesting and action-packed movies I've ever seen. And it shows how you can actually survive a disastrous event like this one. Because I assume something like this would happen in real life. And I'm not sure if this technically counts as one of those based on true story type of movies, depending on your guys' point of view. So anyways, I would give this movie 5 stars out of 5. And if you guys still haven't seen this movie, go right ahead. I'm sure you can find a VHS and DVD copy of this movie on Amazon, Walmart, Target, some random thrift store, or better yet, you can watch clips of this movie on YouTube, or probably check out other people's thoughts on this movie. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who is familiar with this movie. But anyways, I think my voice just cracked there for a second. I guess you guys couldn't tell. Okay, like I was trying to say. Oh great, I now lost my train of thought. Well, just make sure you guys have a great day. And trust me, once you check out this movie, you're really gonna have a doozy of a time. And I guess I wasn't able to keep track of how many people had died in this movie. I bet James A. Janice from Den Meat might do a kill count on this movie someday. I might count up all the kills in this movie. And if he does, I wish him good luck.